So we have a lot of Bengals drama to discuss. I was kind of optimistic about this team heading into 2025, but we're only in the month of June and there's already so much noise surrounding this team. It's pretty disappointing. And I know they re-signed T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. That's good for them. That's good for Joe Burrow. But honestly, a football team consists more of just signing your two-star wide receivers. And in my opinion, I think signing T. Higgins was pretty unnecessary in my opinion. It's kind of funny too, all their drama right now is all about their defense, which was their biggest issue a year ago. So first off, their rookie defensive lineman, first round pick, Sherman Stewart, is having some contract issues with the team. Apparently, the Bengals are attempting to change the language in the first round pick's contract that allows the team to avoid future guarantees. I would understand this if this was happening with maybe their fourth or fifth round pick. This is their first round guy. This is who their first draft selection was in the 2025 draft. And he hasn't even played it down yet, and they're playing hardball with him. To my understanding, every first round pick's contract has a set number of guarantees. So, maybe the Bengals are worried about this dude's injury history. Maybe there's some buyer remorse on this draft selection. Either way, it's just a really, really weird look and not a great first impression from both sides. I mean, think about it. I know, he just got drafted in the NFL, and I know he's a millionaire or about to be, but it's still pretty awkward, you know what I mean? Hopefully they figure something out, because I just think it's super bizarre. But yeah, man, just standard operating procedure, I guess. Their GM, their owner, they don't like to spend a lot of money, and we're seeing it firsthand yet again in this offseason. So next up, Trey Hendrickson is not attending OTAs because he still wants a new deal. Kind of disappointing how they haven't come to a conclusion with that just yet. Back-to-back off seasons, he's wanted a new deal, and now we've gotten to the point where he's not showing up to OTAs. I would imagine that if this prolongs, he's not going to show up to training camp either. Who knows how long this stalemate can go on for, because like I just said, the Bengals don't like to spend a lot of money. They're just not that sort of franchise that does that. And the fact that they already paid Jamar Chase and T. Higgins monster contracts earlier this offseason, if I'm in Trey Hendrickson's camp, I'd say it's not looking good. But you never know. They could easily come up with a deal if they wanted to. It's just the Bengals are super fickle, man. And that's the frustrating part about this team, is that Trey Hendrickson, he led the NFL in sacks a year ago, and that Bengals defense was historically one of the worst defenses we've seen in a hot minute. So the fact that you can't reward your best player on that side of the ball, it's not really a good look. Again, fair play, they signed Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but what's the point in just having a terrible defense? We saw that last year. That's why they missed out on the playoffs. If they just would have had an average defense, they would have easily made the playoffs. And who knows? We've seen Joe Burrow in the playoffs before. Once he gets in, could go on a crazy run. So yeah, man, hopefully they trade Trey Hendrickson or they pay him. I think we're due for a conclusion for this kind of ongoing saga, in my opinion. Now, the final piece about the Bengals defense is they finally let go of their linebacker, Pratt. Pratt requested a trade earlier this offseason, but I guess they couldn't find a trade partner for Pratt, so they finally just decided to cut bait. He had one of the best seasons in his career in 2024. He finished 10th in the NFL with 143 tackles while adding 6 defended passes, 2 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles. So already the league's worst defense is starting off the offseason without their 2 best players. So for all the people that have a lot of faith that the Bengals defense will be improved for the 2025 season, I wouldn't really get your hopes up until they bring back Trey Hendrickson and offer him a fair contract. So yeah, man, let me know what you think about all this news. Do you have faith for the Bengals defense for this upcoming year, or are you just in the gutter? Let me know in the comments below. But if this team is going to turn it around this year, they need to have a good start to the 2025 season. Since Zach Taylor has taken over for the Bengals, they have notoriously always have had slow starts. I think 4 seasons in a row they've lost week 1. And some brutal games too, man. They played the Patriots last year, lost against the Patriots at home. So embarrassing. And this year they open up the season at Cleveland. So, come on, man. I feel like that's going to be a very, very telling game. If you can't beat the Cleveland Browns at Cleveland week 1, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Week 2, they play the Jaguars, and then they go to Minnesota, and then at the Broncos. 2 layups right there, and then 2 kind of more challenging games for the month of September. And as far as the AFC North for this upcoming year, the Browns shouldn't be anything extraordinary. Of course, you have the Ravens, AFC North champs. I expect them to do that again for this upcoming year. And then you have the wildcard team, Pittsburgh Steelers, with Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf. I would say it's kind of a middle of the pack division. Not the hardest, not the worst. To be honest, I'd be pretty shocked if the Bengals won the AFC North this year. I just don't see it on paper. They're just not a great team in my opinion. Fair play. Like, they have a lot of weapons on offense, obviously, but that defense is just completely bare bones, man. And the Ravens have a pretty good defense. I think the Steelers' defense is going to be pretty good this year as well. And kind of low-key, the Browns have had pretty good defense the past 2. Obviously, I think the Ravens are going to win the AFC North. I think the Steelers are going to come in second place. Maybe kind of a hot take there. I don't know. But I feel like, Aaron Rodgers, last dance, he's extra pissed off. I just hope he could hold up physically. I hope he doesn't get injured at 40 years old. But I think that team might be decent. I think it might be decent. If you can make the playoffs with Justin Fields and Russell Wilson in the year 2024, I feel like you could definitely make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers. I know no one likes Aaron Rodgers. I get that. I understand that. The media has definitely painted him out to be a target. Not saying he hasn't had his fair share of saying some pretty interesting stuff and doing some pretty interesting stuff, but still, but at the same time, I feel like everyone needs to chill out a tiny bit. And then in third place, I got the Bengals, and fourth, the Brownies. So give me your prediction on how you think the AFC North is going to go down this year. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, man, that's about it. We definitely got to continue to monitor both of these situations with Stewart and Trey Hendrickson. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Third and goal at the 4. And he's in for the touchdown. And a comeback now is going to have to be a monumental one. That touchdown has them looking in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they look like they're on good shape on the offensive side, but listen, no lead is safe in this league, so you've got to be alert for trick plays and things that you haven't seen yet.
So they give up the touchdown, but they do not allow the 2-point play.
Yeah, good job that time. The defense so quick and so ready for that play. They reacted very fast. That's why they stopped.
Looking at the highlights now, here's a quarterback who has handled the pressure well today, Phil.
Well, they find a way to win.
Takes it from the gun. The ball is turned loose.
Well, the quarterback that time tried to squeeze it into tight coverage, but no can do. The coverage is too good, and the football falls incomplete.
Second down and 10. Running away from the pressure. On the money. And seeing these stats is really just another big day for this quarterback, Phil.
Well, they say it's a quarterback-driven league, and it is, Jim. Everything is there to help the quarterback play well. And all I can say about this guy, he's driving well today.
quarter underway now with this snap. He will not get away. He's taken down for the sack.
That's an awesome job by the outside linebacker. Gets a sack on the quarterback, and nowadays you've got to do it all if you're an outside linebacker. You've got to be tough against the run, cover receivers down the field, and yes, plays like that get to the quarterback.
Benjamin's brought down after picking up 14 on the play. The Jets have had a big #1 option at wideout today. Benjamin's been heavily involved, and for good reason.
Well, what you do, you always look at a defense and see our strength against their weakness.